Welcome to spooky season, everyone. I am the mystical choking ghost, and I want to congratulate my newest victim, the Atlanta Braves. Come on down. Do. Okay, we can't use that because that's copyrighted. But still, might I just say, welcome everybody to Frontline Football, your one place to get all your sports news. And can I just say this one thing about Atlanta? They always seem to be choking everything. It seems like they're always doing that. Falcons, 28-3. Falcons, this year. Braves, 3-1 against the Dodgers, who are now in the World Series. And Game 1 is on today. So, I can't say anything. I'm a Texans fan. We blew a 27-point lead in the playoffs this year, so I can't really say anything. But hey, everybody, welcome to Frontline Football. How are y'all doing today? Because me, I'm doing great as always. So, let's just get right into the news, shall we?
Okay, so our first story up is for Josh.
Hello again. I got, as you can see here, the mystical cave of rumors. We got a new rumor this week. Hopefully the prophecy can tell us something. Just gotta get in here.
Why is this more acting like a kid's show?
Let's see.
There's more and more kids shows coming on.
I know. We're turning into a kid's show right now.
Oh yeah, last week was Can You Find Toro?
Yep, last week was Can You Find Toro? This week is the mystical cave of rumors. Okay. Ooh. The prophecy tells us this is via Bleacher Report. Ooh. They're always a great source. So, we have...
Just say it already.
We have rumors from Bleacher Report that Matt Ryan and Julio Jones may be traded before the trade deadline via Bleacher Report. And I would just like to get it started with... Okay, that almost hit the ceiling fan. I just want to get it started with Zach because he's been the most weirded out by my intros and all my
that was a weird intro. But I say that's not that bad. I would get rid of Matt Ryan. I wouldn't get rid of Julio Jones yet because Julio could still really help. I don't think Calvin Ridley's ready to be the number one option for the team. So I think keep keep Julio Jones and trade Matt Ryan away so then you could have a good second, third, maybe a first if some team is not smart enough. But you'll get something good out of him. I don't know about Julio. Julio you'll get first, but I think you need it for I think they're gonna go for Justin Fields now. So yeah. All right, Jack, what about you?
This is a bittersweet ending as we have an error ending in Atlanta today. Because it started with the Dan Quinn firing, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and unfortunately, some great football, there was some bad football, but this era will be forever remembered for 28-3. Feel bad for the Falcons, but it's time for a rebuild. Your core players, they're getting up there. The Todd Gurley, that was your last ditch kind of plan. Like if Todd Gurley was maybe going to jumpstart, find something in the tank, but he's not bad. He just didn't, he's not the Todd Gurley of old, but it's time for a rebuild. Chip away Matt Ryan, but personally, I'd say stick with Julio Jones, because let's say that you are bringing in a rookie quarterback such as Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or if you've somehow managed to beat whatever the heck the Jets are doing, Trevor Lawrence. Julio Jones could be a helpful veteran receiver to bring into the room to help that quarterback develop, to help Ridley develop to eventually take his spot. But this is rebuild time in Atlanta, and I think it would all come down to whoever the head coach is of the Falcons will decide what happens next. And I do think that the Falcons, they're not on a Jets level of failure organizational wise. They've been to the playoffs more recently, or the Browns, Bills, those kind of levels of legacies of failures. But if the Falcons do this right and get a good quarterback and develop him with an offensive-minded coach, I could see the Falcons going far and returning to their former glory, and they're going to put 28-3 to rest, and hopefully it goes with Matt Ryan. Personally, I'd say that good teams, maybe the Colts, they had some struggles with Phillip Rivers, but I go for a team that's looking for a veteran QB, and that's kind of like the last piece they need before they're going a Super Bowl run at some point. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I'd say that same thing as you. Get rid of Matt Ryan. He's starting to get old, and you really get a good deal for him because of his because of his, what do I call it? Because of his years in the league, his knowledge of the game. He'll be a great backup QB for some hotshot rookie. And I feel like Julio will just help that quarterback, whoever they choose. Probably, I'm going to say it, maybe Trey Lance or Justin Fields. That's probably who they're going for. And I just feel like if you have Julio there, that receiver is going to, not that receiver, that quarterback is going to be helped flourish in the system. And another year with Calvin Ridley won't hurt his development. So trade Ryan, keep Julio.
Also, Todd Gurley might actually help either Justin Fields or any other quarterback because then they can depend on the running game sometimes, which that's really good. So the next story is my story. John Ross is requesting a trade. I don't know where he's going to be landing out, but that's really that's interesting. John Ross was taken right before Patrick Mahomes, a pick before him. And he has the talent, but he just doesn't show it every single time. So, what are your thoughts, Jack, about this?
I 100% get why he wants a trade. I mean, if you look at the Bengals, they have AJ Green, the savvy veteran, Tyler Boyd, the young up-and-comer. They got, I think, that breakout kid from last year, Audrin Tate, the rookie from last year. He did a solid rookie year. Not to mention they drafted T. Higgins, who AJ Green is like, he's mentoring by AJ Green. And overall, John Ross, I don't think he's seen the field, maybe once or twice. So I think that he hasn't found a way to put it all together yet. For some reason, I'm not sure what it is. He has the talent, he's got elite speed, but maybe it would be good to go to a team that's a little more receiver needy, somewhere where he can get some more hands-on action. New England, they're struggling with receivers. Maybe that would be a good fit there. Just somewhere where he can truly see the field a bit more, because the Bengals, they have a lot of good receivers that are over him. And overall, I feel like the Bengals, they're cool with their receiving core. They're not really using Ross, so I feel like it's probably a good idea to ship him out, and it's most likely for the best. What are your thoughts, Josh?
It probably is going to be a good thing. Just the one thing that I think is going to be a problem is for the Bengals to find some trade partners, because John Ross, he isn't one of those names like DeAndre Hopkins or AJ Green. He isn't one of those star receivers who everybody would have water in their mouth just looking at them on the trade block. This is going to be a bit harder thing to ship out. They probably have to give up some more assets than they usually would if they're going to trade him. But I feel like he may be a great asset to a team if he gets a career restart. He's young. He's taken one pick before Mahomes. So wherever he goes, he'll probably be great. It's just the Bengals may have to give up a bit more than they're willing to give up. Zach, your thoughts?
I think two teams that he could go to, actually three now, thinking about it. The Minnesota Vikings, I know they already have Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, but having also a speedy receiver in that mix, that looks really good. The Patriots, they always need someone that can be a deep threat. And the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they have some receiver, but having a speedy receiver like Henry Ruggs or Tyreek Hill, but just doesn't have the hands yet. He does have the hands, but I think he overthinks it. So, yeah. Because judging by what he's looked like, he drops passes that shouldn't be dropped. So, yeah. All right, so the next story is, it's going to go to Jack because I can't say it.
It's Tua time, Tua time. Tua has been named the starter of the Miami Dolphins. So I'm going to open up with my take here first. So I like the move personally. I understand. They were 3-3. They're in game of striking distance, the AFC East or whatever. But look at Fitzy. Though he's had a okay year, 10 TDs, 7 picks. That's not insane. And they're on a 2-game winning streak. They struggled at first, but you beat Jimmy Garoppolo on one leg and is on borderline civil war with Kyle Shanahan, and you beat the Jets. That's not really some sort of reward, but we did get the butt interception, which was thing of beauty. The Jets and their weird butt turnovers. They love to do them. You love to see it. But this is good. I think it's time for Tua. Herbert's arrived on the scene, bench, and he's playing out of his mind. Burrow's doing a good job. And Tua was... People are arguing that other than maybe Burrow whenever he had the breakout year, that he would have been the best QB and the first one off the board in that draft if it wasn't for that injury. But he came out, had a solid showing in garbage time against the Jets. But I think, let's see what you got in your rookie. Give him some reps, give him some experience. But same time, you got to keep him safe, make sure he doesn't get hit too much, make sure that he can ease back into the game. But overall, I think this is a good move. It'll give Miami a bit of a spark, already coming off big momentum from the 2-game winning streak. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Don't they have a bye week this week?
Oh, yeah, they have a bye week this week. They'll also give him time to fit in the system.
Yeah, that will help him a lot. Because then, if he's named the starter, then that means that he gets more reps. So that's really good. And I think it was really smart of them to bring in Tua. And I did predict it in predictions. I said maybe Tua could start. He started. Which I think he actually needs to prove himself because that was in garbage time. They literally shut out the Jets. Which, it's the Jets. So I think that he's actually going to have to face someone different than the Jets. No offense, Jack. But they're going to have to face a better team and see how Tua does. Because the Jets are tanking. They're going for Trevor Lawrence. All right, Josh, have you said your thoughts on it yet?
I have not.
All right.
Here's my thoughts on the issue. Tua is next week. He is facing the Rams. Who do the Rams have? Aaron Donald. This is a guy who just came off of a hip injury. I mean, great job that he's starting. Great job for the man. But he's facing up against one of the scariest defensive ends in the league in Aaron Donald. And he just came off a broken hip. Does anybody see the weirdness there? I mean, Aaron Donald just faced one-leg Smith and almost killed him. I mean, who says that he's not going to kill Darnold this week? Not Darnold. Who says that he's not going to kill Tua next week? This just wasn't this was a smart move by them, but it should have been done later in the season. Let Fitzpatrick take the hits from Donald. Don't let your star rookie take hits from a guy like Donald. So, yeah, I think it's a great job for him, but still, it's just kind of a bit scary that he's going to be facing Aaron Donald next week.
Well, that's weird. Okay, I made a mistake. Yeah, he did. They just did face the Jets, but I meant... Okay. I thought they were facing the Jets again. That's all right, but... Okay, so the next story goes to Josh. It's about the Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys news. So, it was shown on Bleacher Report today that Cowboys players, after their blowout loss against the Cardinals...
He froze. And his audio stopped. Josh, your audio stopped.
Long time. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just froze and your audio.
What'd you hear last?
We couldn't even hear the beginning.
Okay. Head coach Mike McCarthy was vented at. This is via Bleacher Report. His players vented in the press conference at him. And this has been a long time coming. The pot's been boiling. So this has been coming for a while now. The Cowboys are losing. They're losing bad. They're losing to the Browns, the Cardinals. Now, Cardinals are a really good team, but losing that much, really? Your players are obviously going to be upset. There's no way around it. So I think that this was just anger from the game being vented, and that's why this happened. And it's just been weeks brewing. So, Zach, your thoughts on this?
I hope that Mike McCarthy keeps his job, but I can understand why the players are mad because Mike McCarthy has only gotten like 2 wins, right?
Yeah, 2 and 4.
That's not impressive for a guy who went to the Super Bowl with the Packers. So they got more. I think they got more wins with Jason Garrett That's not good. They replaced him, and now Mike McCarthy, which was supposed to be the guy who was supposed to bring them to a Super Bowl, has a losing record right now. That's not good, but I think just a little bit more time. Just like give them a few more weeks, and then they should start making the decision. So yeah. So wow, a lot of coaching trouble this season. Adam Gase, uh, Bill O'Brien, the Falcons head coach. I forgot his name.
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn. Yeah. Okay. So wait,
Oh, I
Jack,
haven't
did
set my
you
pick yet.
pick? There we go.
This ain't a good look for the Cowboys, being honest. But I don't think it's 100%. Let's all panic and run around the room because our team's screwed yet. Because you gotta look at it. Zach Martin was down, Tyron Smith was down, Leo Collins was down, Jason Frederick retired earlier in the year, Zeke had an off game with 2 fumbles. This was just the ultimate storm of bad. Bad luck at the same time, bad play offensively. Plus, this is Dalton's first full week in the system, so we gotta let him at least simmer for a week or two. But the Cowboys, they may win the NFC East, but I'm not sure if they built this team properly. They have no defense. They need to figure out a way to get some resemblance of it on the field. Their defense is an absolute joke every week because Dak was playing out of his mind the first couple weeks, but they were losing because they had no defense. But overall, if Dak is able to come back at full force and you're able to maybe draft a couple defensive pieces, you could turn this around. They step Van Der Esch, what's his face? There's another linebacker they have. Jalen Smith, that's the word. They got a couple pieces, Alden Smith on the line along with DeMarcus Lawrence, but overall, this could be a rough season for the Cowboys, but I still see them going to the playoffs in the mess of the NFC East. But I want to give McCarthy at least a season with a Dak Prescott, with a Tyron Smith, with a Lyle Collins. Give him a season with these players that he signed up for. And overall, I'm not going to completely jump ship on the Cowboys quite yet.
I'm not going to be mean to Jerry Jones or anything, but he really should have drafted a defensive player on the NFL draft for first round. CeeDee Lamb, he's looking good, isn't? But do you guys agree with me that they should have probably drafted a defensive player?
A safety like McKinney or Delpit, who are both on the board, would be helpful
And
right now.
Queen.
Oh yeah,
Patrick
Queen and linebackers. They
There's
There's
so
a
many-
lot that they didn't do.
Yeah. I think CeeDee Lamb was more of a flashy pick and it was more for the Eagles. So then the Eagles fans got mad about that, but it's okay. Yeah, it's Jerry Jones. Okay, so now we're on injury report. Yay! We didn't have that many injuries this week. A lot of Zach's though. Zach Martin was out I think he was playing for the first quarter of the Cardinals game, and then he just left. And it was because of an injury. I don't know if he's out for the next game, but I think he's out with something. We don't know that yet. But we know Zach Ertz is out with a high ankle injury, which is going to be lasting for 3 weeks. Then Devin Bush and Taylor Lewan both have ACL tears, so they're out for the season. So, what are your guys' thoughts on any of these guys? Jack, what are your thoughts?
I think the one that's going to be overlooked is Taylor Lewan. Because, I mean, they already lost Jack Conklin to the Browns in free agency. That's going to be 2 of your tackles from last year gone. So that's going to make it harder time for Henry. But this means this could be a huge step-up moment for Tannehill where he can take the reins and prove that he has franchise quarterback material. He was just being held back by the legendary offensive guru, Peyton Manning genius Adam Gase. Also, Zach Martin, it's just insult to injury for the Cowboys' army of hurt offensive linemen that were signed to big money. And in surprise of literally no one, the Eagles continue to get hurt. What are your thoughts, Zach?
It was interesting how 2 players that are named Zach was injured, but I think all of these guys are big losses, but I think the biggest loss here is Zach Ertz, Devin Bush, and Zach Martin. Those are the 3 biggest ones. I know Taylor Lewan was a big one, but Zach Martin was the best offensive lineman that was on the Cowboys. And then Zach Ertz is literally one of the weapons for the Eagles, and He's one of the best. He's one of the best people. We're debating that he is one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Not now, but I guess when they won the Super Bowl. And then Devin Bush, he's been an impressive player. He's um he's really good, and that's a big part of their defense getting lost for the Steelers. But it's interesting how a Titans player and a Steelers player are both injured. That is very interesting. Josh, how about you?
Well, I think with the Taylor Lewan injury, it's really going to show Tannehill's flaws as a quarterback because really, I'm looking at a lot of great quarterback, great game manager, but not a franchise QB. Here's the thing. The only reason why he can get 71% passing completion percentage is because the defense is too scared about Derrick Henry running with the ball. They're too scared about him, so they're not focused on Tannehill. That's why he can get all this yardage that he gets and all this completions that he can get. So I feel bad that he's out with the torn ACL because that's not good to have your lineman go down. And with Devin Bush, that's just a bad thing for the linebacker unit because he was one of the stars on it, along with TJ Watt. They were really scary for defenses, and now that's really going to hurt their chances against the Titans. Okay. Am I frozen?
No.
No, you're good.
Okay.
All right. Well, that does it for the news for today. Josh, how about you end it off?
Should Jack do the at mentions first?
Oh
Yeah, he'll do that after. Oh, yeah.
Follow us on the Twitter and the Instagram to participate in the polls. You get to be a part of the stuff. So let's say, I said this last week, I'm going to change it up a bit. Let's say that you're a big Atlanta Falcons fan. Call all your Atlanta Falcons fans, and you can all pick the Falcons in the polls every week. And then we have to say that you guys picked the Falcons. That's why you should go follow those polls on Instagram. And don't forget about the Twitter for the news.
All right, Josh.
Yep.
End it.
Don't forget, everybody, to punch that notification bell and hit that subscribe button because we love seeing all your beautiful faces coming to see our channel. And I mean, hey, you stuck around this long in the video, so why not? If you hit the notification bell, you get stuff like this sent to your subscription box every single week. And if you follow the Instagram and Twitter, you get to participate in the videos. Well, the Twitter's for the news, but the Instagram, you get to participate in what we're doing here. You get to be a part of it. So just don't forget to do all that, and we'll see all you guys in words. We hope that everybody's doing well, and hope that everybody's safe during these times, and hope everybody's doing well.
We will see you guys next week. Same place, same time. Friday night for the latest news. See you guys later.